Good morning and happy Labor Day. I'm here in Santa's workshop making up the Bad Ben Talkers. So I figured I'd come on a little earlier today, especially because it's a chance for the UK fans to participate. But also just because I figure many of you have the day off. So now would be a chance you could hang out with me a little earlier in the day for a change. I'm making the talkers now. Now, when I first get them, they come programmed just with two messages on them.
No. N-O, no.
So I replaced that message with my messages, my phrases for you. So you can actually watch as these are made and we can hang out together. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Kay. So what I do first is I change the name. The Tom Riley Talkers act basically as hard drives. So they come up on the screen like a hard drive. And then all I do is copy over the phrases to them. So I'll show you this. You just heard those two phrases. And, you know, they're made for them to test something. So I mean, for them to test, that's what the two phrases were on there. But I get rid of them and I copy over the phrases. It takes less than a minute. And then, hi, Emma. Hi, Mark. Kay. Yeah, I decided, Emma, to come in early so that you guys over there in the UK can see me. Now, so I copy the files onto the Tom Riley Talker, and you'll see the result of that here in a minute. I woke up this morning to somebody sending me a nasty email asking why they and their friend were blocked on Instagram. You see, what happens, unfortunately, and I got to tell you, think about this for a second, folks. I do not benefit by blocking somebody. It hurts me. Now, here is the completed.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale. I'm Tom Riley. Who the fuck are you?
So the Tom Riley Talker's now complete. And I've made up these boxes for the talker. And the people that are ordering them from this batch, I ordered 30 extra. So those of you that were on the waiting list have already been notified that your talker's on its way. And the rest of you are getting them now. Now, also, those of you that are ordering from this batch get the bonus baby alien put in the box. So it's a tight fit, I'll tell you. But now there's the first one of today's batch done. So if you order them today, the good news is they actually ship tomorrow. No waiting. So like I was saying, I woke up this morning to someone saying, and if they're watching, that's good. Hi, Trina. Because for me to block somebody does not benefit me. It takes away a potential, a potential customer. So it just doesn't make sense for me to block somebody unless they say something stupid. And I got to tell you, it's very rare. Somebody in our live broadcast on Saturday night, we had a guest, the producer or the filmmaker that made the movie Chest. and somebody pops in the room and they say, "Who's this dude?" After we're in the conversation for about 10 minutes. So that person got blocked only from that broadcast because that's just fucking rude. Excuse my language. But that's just rude to say that. Who's this dude? You know, it's why would you do that? And then somebody else who, I'll give you an example, somebody else that didn't get blocked from that was somebody that said, I watched Chest. It was okay. And that's rude, but it wasn't, you know, people are entitled to have an opinion. So that person didn't get blocked. But this person this morning said she and her friend were blocked, and they've been supporters of Bad Ben. And I did a search, and they may have been a supporter, but they weren't I have no record of them ever buying anything or donating anything. Now that doesn't keep you from being blocked, but they're acting like, oh my God, we supported you so much and you blocked. Well, I don't know the reason why they got blocked, but like I said, I don't benefit by blocking somebody. So if they went and they blocked me, I mean, if I went and blocked them, like I said, it doesn't benefit. Hello, babies. I'm over here live. Hi. Miss Biggins is bringing down the puppers to take them out. So they got blocked because they said something stupid. Now, I haven't answered them yet, but here's what happens. And this happens not typically. This is alienating people. This is stereotyping people. But this is typically not somebody over the age of, say, 20 or 25. This is typically some kids, and they get behind a screen typing on a keyboard, and they become idiots. And they start typing stuff, just stupid stuff. Like, if somebody writes, Nigel, I love you, that's not crazy. It's a little bit strange, but how I just said, Nigel, I love you over there. You're banned. But when they start saying stupid shit, like it just, or irritating stuff, and the reason they both got blocked, even though I don't know who they are, I can guess, is because they were doing a tag team thing. Oh my God, this, oh my God, that, and it's just freaking ridiculous. So anyway, they got blocked, so fuck them. But now what they'll do, here's the next one done.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale.
And this has 20 phrases on it.
I'm Tom Riley. Who the fuck are you? Stop it.
No, Trina, I know you would, if it was a problem, it would have happened already. And it's not a problem. It's just when people write these, and also sometimes the reason somebody gets blocked is when they're making inappropriate comments. And there's not a lot you can say to me that's inappropriate. But if I go to their profile just to look and see what they're about, and they've got like politically charged stuff or like, just hate speech. And I'm not saying that was the case with these two. Hi, Archer. But whatever it was, like I said, it clearly doesn't benefit me to block a fan. So if you get blocked, it's because you were an asshole. So I packed up the next Tom Riley talker, and in it goes the baby alien. So like I said, anybody that orders these go out today. Will go out tomorrow. They'll be packaged up today. You'll probably get your email today. And also, a couple of you have ordered the Blu-ray set, and the website says stuff ships the next day. But I packed up, and I'm getting more Blu-rays this week. There's nobody in here that's ever. Annie, I'm glad you love Bad Barbie. There's nobody in here that ever acts. I mean, people say some bizarre shit on here. But saying the bizarre doesn't get you blocked. I took Mrs. Biggins to Michael's this morning. By the way, if you've got a Michael's near you, check that place out because it's got so much Halloween little decorations and all for cheap that I think you'll love it. Making the next one. This is like watching Santa Claus in his workshop. And they don't ship with batteries, just so you know. I put Energizer batteries in these. They don't ship because they come from China. And they have something about shipping via air. They can't put batteries in, which is bullshit if you ask me. But they're probably just trying to save the... Let's see, I get 24 of them for $14. So what is that, 80 cents? They're probably trying to save. So, like I said, the first thing I do is I change the name because it acts like a hard drive. So I change the name. I delete the 2 files that come on it. And then I copy over all the phrases. And I test it when it's done to make sure they're there. It's got bonus. Not bad for a sheriff sale. I'm Tom Riley. Who the F for you? Stop it. I don't know. Ugh. I've got news for you. This is my home. I'm not scared of you. What the F was that? The F word, shit, the crescent moon clown laugh, the Ben squeal. What the F is that smell? All right, you little whores. All quality comments. We are having a heat wave. Hi, Sherry. For us. Now, one of the things people like in Texas will say, oh, 90 degrees is a heat wave. Well, when you're at 100 plus % humidity, it's a heat wave. So we haven't had a heat wave. Well, we had one earlier in the summer, about 3 days, but we're like 96 degrees one day coming up here. Oh shit! I almost just ended the broadcast by accident. So now here's the next one.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale. I'm Tom Riley. Who the fuck are you? Stop it.
It doesn't say ass. But by the way, just so you know, like I was telling you how these act like a hard drive, you can plug this in. It comes with the USB cable. You can plug this into your computer and it will show up as a hard drive called Booby Gone. And along the way here, I can add phrases that I can make available. And you can just copy them onto that. You just drag and drop the phrase onto the drive, onto the talker, and it will be there. Or you can remove phrases if you don't like them. And of course, the baby alien. That alien glows in the dark, by the way. One of the things to be careful of is if you've got litlins. Next one done. If you got little ones in the house, that would be a choking hazard, or your dog or cat would chew that up in about a second. So just make sure you put it someplace safe. The process here is I take the talker, I put in brand new Energizer batteries, close it up, got to be careful because this lid, And then what I do is I plug it into the computer like this, and it appears on my desktop as a hard drive. And I rename it Boo Be Gone. I delete the 2 phrases that come on it. And then I have to delete them from the trash can too, or else they'll remain on there when I disconnect. But then I just copy them and I paste them. The whole list of the sayings on there are on the in the shop. It does say, "How dare you?" How dare you? And I just do this. I've got an extra, all the pre-orders we had from 6 months ago have been shipped. And I ordered an extra 30 because this was a very popular item. So what I'm going to do is I will set up the next one to copy. And while it does, I'll demonstrate all the phrases for you. The Fitches up in Massachusetts say how they love this, how they keep it sitting on their, I think it's like in their foyer or the entryway to their home. They have a table, and the Tom Riley talker sits there. And every time they walk past it, they press it. So I'm setting up another one to copy here. And while it does, I'll show you the phrases that this one says. So let me get this set up. Watched a movie last night. I don't know if it was called Them. No, Alien something on Prime. And the aliens looked phenomenal. And the story was okay. I mean, it was a good story. And then, good morning, Judy. Then it just got so slow because you were seeing people sitting in a room explaining the story for too long. All right, here's the talker sayings.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale. I'm Tom Riley. Who the fuck are you?
Hey, Access Paranormal, I was talking about you the other night.
Stop it. How dare you? Ugh. I've got news for you. This is my home. I'm not scared of you. What in the mother of all fucks was that? Hey, goddammit. Fuck. Shit.
Crescent Moon Clown. Bad Ben.
What is that smell? All right, you little horse. Where'd the fuck it go? This house of horrors. It's fucking disgusting. I'm dead. Bonus.
There it is.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale.
So that's all the sayings that are on there. And these things sell out pretty fast. But like I said, I ordered a lot of extra ones. Let me make sure I got the right one here.
I'm Tom Riley. Who the fuck are you?
So you can have a lot of fun. You can have Tom talk to you whenever you want. How's it going, Jamie? I hear from one of your other, I came on early today for the UK people, and I hear from one of your fellow countrymen or women that you're having quite the heat wave yourself. And again, the baby alien goes in the box. And there you go. Ready to ship today. And it will, of course, not go out until tomorrow because today in the United States is a holiday. And I check them all, by the way, to make sure after I do them.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale.
These can also be customized, by the way. If you guys want certain sayings on there, I'd have to record them and add them. But I had one person that had me make the whole, had me add happy birthday to it. And I guess that's good for when the birthday is. Baby alien. Glow in the dark baby alien. Choking hazard, so keep it away from kids and pets. There's another one done. And here it is blank. And like I told you, when it comes brand new. Oh, wait, I didn't put batteries in there. It won't play nothing. It won't play nothing without batteries. Yeah, it's not a back deck day today. It's hot out there. Maybe tonight. We got those little air conditioners, you know, you fill with water. They're like for water, those desktop air conditioners. And they do a pretty good job.
No. N-O, no.
That's the phrases that come on them. So that's just, you know, for them to do their, I guess, their quality control check. So I take those comments off. The first thing I do is I rename it. Boo be gone. But like I was saying earlier, for those of you that are just joining me or have joined me after the fact, I blocked somebody, or I got an email this morning from somebody telling me I blocked them. And have you ever heard the saying that 20% of your problems come from 80% of your problems come from 20% of your people? That's true. I think my stats are a little more like 95% of my problems come from 5% of my people. But it's just, first of all, I don't know why I block these people. I have no advantage in blocking somebody. But they really got to be saying stupid shit. And one of the reasons I've blocked people before is when they are critical to someone else. So, Jamie, Emma's talking to you. But Jamie's not complaining about the heat. He says it's warm, but when we filmed our last episodes with them, they were freezing cold. They were out, it was 0. And they were walking around a cemetery. They're more courageous than me.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale.
Anybody that buys these, by the way, I'm just telling you in advance, they come from China, but they are COVID free. Well, for the amount of time it took from the time they shipped to the time they got here, it would be dead anyway. A new variation of the vaccine is coming out next month, baby alien. And they posted about it and said, will you be taking it? Well, I got news for you folks. I would take that shot every week if it was a guarantee I wouldn't get COVID. But, and I know there's some people that are anti-vax or think it's useless. I do think that right now, and this is just my opinion, that the mask thing is, they don't have to have masks. But the other thing too is, don't be getting up in somebody's face. You shouldn't do that anyway. But anyway, I saw this message marked, will you be getting the shot, on Twitter or X? And there was not a single comment about a person saying yes. We will start up again soon, Jamie. In fact, I still got some footage. What's a jumper mean? Explain to me your UK slang. Did I turn you on or off? I didn't put batteries in you, you bastard. A sweater. Oh, I sweat too. I like to normally every morning do a little something outside, like use a trimmer around the trees or the walkway, just a little something to maintain the house. And I always have to change. Brand new Energizer batteries for all the talkers. The humidity here is something else too.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Are these people that are getting COVID now, is it bad? Is it like a bad case of it? Or because I heard someone say that they got it and they had like the sniffles for a day. And felt a little run down, but that was it. Which I got to tell you, in the first weeks of this, baby alien in there, ready to ship. In the first weeks of this, there were videos that appeared that showed there. I remember there was a girl on a hospital gurney or in a hospital room, and she just couldn't breathe. She was on oxygen. She was gasping for air. And that was, to me, that was absolutely horrifying. And, you know, while there's some people that believe the vaccine is unnecessary, that's what tamped this thing down. And anyway, it was just, It was just horrible. We'll remember this the rest of our lives. About, hey, you remember when? But I think that the versions of it that are the variants are getting weaker and weaker, but people are still dying from it. Well, you know, kids are the ones that are affected by it the least, but you can't um you can't deny that, like in the first year with the mask mandate, the flu cases were down 90% from the previous year and on average for a year after year. So it makes me say, and it's kind of funny when I say this, but how disgusting were we that, you know, we had if the flu was passed airborne, it definitely made a difference. I don't like wearing them either, but you know what? I used to say, oh, I can breathe fine and all with them. I had the N95 mask. However, since that time, when the mask mandate ended, you could do most things without it, but doctors' offices.
Not there.
Okay, there it goes.
How dare you?
So you go in a doctor's office and they require you to wear a mask, which, you know, when you consider people could have COVID, go to a doctor's office, say they're not feeling well, and be like my doctor's office. If you go in there and say you're not feeling well, you're supposed to wear a mask on your way in. Now at the doctor's office, you don't have to wear a mask, but this is, well, if you feel sick, you're supposed to wear one. Next one ready to ship. So the, what was I saying? Oh, I don't know. Oh, so, you know, not wearing a mask normally now, when I go into the doctor's office and you'd have to put one on, it is a little bit, it is a little bit tough to breathe. Let's see. Tori, I don't mean to criticize anybody, but that, not you, but that almost sounds like that could have been staged. The one thing that I really enjoy about working with Access Paranormal is they don't hand you any bullshit. They will tell you if something happens, like you hear a noise, they could very easily say, did you hear that? But no, they'll say that was us, or we hit that, or something. So they come across very legitimate. Now, I wouldn't do a show if it wasn't. Now, when I'm doing a movie, we'll purposely add in stuff and effects. But when we're doing that show, we're not doing that. And they're very legitimate. I will tell you, one of the things we've noticed when we do the editing of the Access Paranormal shows, we notice stuff in the editing process that we don't notice when we're filming live. We live stream that. Jamie, Jonathan, and Marie are live there doing their investigation, and Scott and I are live here, and we record the broadcast, which is why sometimes it can look a little blurry because of the, you know, it's thousands of miles away, but plus it's through the internet. So sometimes it's not always the clearest. But while we're editing, usually the audio is pretty clear. And while we're editing, we will sometimes hear, like we heard in one episode that stands out in my mind, Marie was home sick, coincidentally, not coincidentally, but it just so happened she was at home sick with COVID. And so it was only Jamie and Jonathan. And we heard a voice while they're in this tunnel. Access Paranormal, by the way, is available on the Bad Ben channel on Fire TV and Roku. But we heard this voice, and it was a woman's voice, and it sounded just like Marie, and she definitely wasn't there. But we also heard, well, that one episode of the cemetery that had all the chapels on it. We heard a voice there. We asked, "Is it windy there?" And they turned the camera up towards the tree. And a lot of times we don't hear this stuff until after we're editing, but this was during it. We heard something. Scott and I heard it on our end. And I said, "Is it windy there?" And they show us the trees and they said no. And later in the editing, we heard a whisper that said, Jamie. They said his name. And so that episode in particular sticks out as my favorite so far. The creepiest, I should say, the most paranormal packed. It was episode 4. And that was something else. But we've seen stuff, we've heard stuff. In that episode in particular, which, like I said, was episode 4, they were they had the cat balls going off. And the cat balls, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, have you seen those little plastic balls you can buy for your cat that they swat around? Well, these are ones that are motion sensors, so that when the cat swats it, the light goes off, starts flickering, and the cats lose their fucking minds. Well, they're motion sensors. So they're ideal for these paranormal investigators because they can sit them down, and when the cat hits it, when the...
Not bad for a sheriff's sale.
Let me just make sure these two are done.
Not bad for a sheriff's sale.
If they sit them down on the ground and anything touches them, they'll be going off for a few seconds. But once they turn off, they won't activate again unless they're moved or something touches them. So these guys sit them down kind of like motion sensors. And if something moves them, like they're talking in their investigation, the spirits can make their presence known by moving the ball. And in that episode of episode 4, when they were in the graveyard, it was happening a lot. It was almost like specifically they were talking to Jamie. They were very receptive to whatever he was doing at the time. And that's also the one where we saw what looked like the demon face on the tombstone. Yeah, that one where you sat in the pool of water, that was a different episode. But they're all good. I think that Access Paranormal may only, I don't think we sell them as pay-per-views. I think they're just, well, there we are. Ready to ship out. I think we only have them for subscription only. Subscription to the website is to the channel is only $3.99 a month. It's got all 12 films on there. It's got all episodes so far of Access Paranormal. It's got Bad Barbie on there. We've got Bad Bobo coming up with Scott. We've got the Biggins Walmart trip coming up, animation. We've got, I was thinking about doing some more old films, screening of like we did Dawn of the Dead or something, or Night of the Living Dead, the original. We'll also get to the point where, by the way, the end of this month or the beginning of next month is when you're going to be able to, those of you that have that watch on your computers instead of on the Roku or the Fire, you'll be able to watch on your computers. I'll also at that time be able to add back all of you that bought those annual subscriptions back before we switched over in May. Oh, and if you see over my shoulder here, that evil doll on a rocking horse, they're sold by Spirit here. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Spirit flagship store and home office is right here in Egg Harbor Township. It's right across the street from our Walmart. It's a huge building. For years, it was the Spencer Gifts building, and it's still Spencer Gifts, but they do business as Spirit, and they're adding a big addition to it. But that store is where they have the launch party each year. And this year at their launch party, which was like July 29th or something, the first opening, it was unbelievable. It was like Black Friday at a mall. The parking lot was full. People were lined up, and it was for, well, they have giveaways too, but that's where I bought this doll on the rocking horse. And I had that doll for, I don't know, 6-8 months, a year. And I noticed that during one of the episodes of Access Paranormal UK, they had put that down because it's motion sensed. You have to have it turned on though. So I on one of the episodes, you'll see, and I say to Jonathan, Jamie, Marie, I say, wait, can you hold that up? And they held it up. And I said, I'll be right back. And I walked over here, got it, brought it back. And I said, is that doll you have there this? And, you know, they have to look because they're using a phone when they're doing this. And Jonathan says, yes. And I said, I have that same doll here. Well, the freaking thing here, that thing started making noise. It started making the and rocking noise. And it had not done that I mean, you can manually turn it on and it will make the noise. But like you can also set it up for motion sense, which is how they were using it. And mine started going off. And in 9 months, other than the fact I turned it on when I first got it, it hadn't made any noise and it wouldn't stop. So I took the batteries out. And no, not like that one you've seen on going around on video of the thing that was shut off. Does it keep making noise? No. When I took the batteries out, she's been quiet ever since. Little bitch. There you are. So I'm getting ready to hunker down for the winter months. And the broadcast we do from the studio, where we send Jamie and his people out into the cold UK weather while Scott and I sit in here in the basement. Guys, before we start the regular filmings, I still have episodes of Access Paranormal to to edit. As you guys know, the last episode I put up was not the end of that episode. There's more to it. So that's the first one I'll put up. But before we start doing these live again, what I'd like you guys to do is I'd like to take in and do a little. That's not what's up there now. Let me take that off so it's not confusing anyone. I want to take and do a little fundraiser so we can, because Access Paranormal doesn't, they do them without any, one person donated $25 once that we sent them. But I would like to get them some bucks to get rolling, so they can, upgrade some stuff and in appreciation of what they do. We'll do that in an upcoming broadcast. So anyway, the Tom Riley talkers are ready to ship. They will ship. If you order one today, it's going to ship today. If you have ordered t-shirts in the past, like since July, if I don't get notice that they're shipped this week, I'm refunding everybody's money and I'm going back to a different provider. If you ordered Blu-rays, in fact, we're sending something. In fact, I owe Jamie a set. We're now shipping them to the UK, and this week we're getting in the rest of the stuff to make more of them. And I'm down to the last copy, and the case is broken. It was actually sent to somebody, and somebody just happened to forget. They happened to forget to put in their apartment number. So, and I guess the mail delivery person didn't know them. And so it came back. And they're like, oh, sorry, forgot to put it. Well, yeah, all right, that's another $7 postage we had to pay. Well, and Tiffany, she better not light up right now. There's no batteries in her. If she lights up right now, you are going to see two things. You're going to see her come to life and me shit myself right here live. So anyway, it's Labor Day here in the States. I hope you're off and celebrating, having a barbecue. We're having hamburgers for dinner. We had Kentucky Fried Chicken yesterday because we're all about healthy eating. Jamie says we need you and Scott to visit UK and do a few investigations with us. Yeah, I can see myself, number one. First of all, visiting the United Kingdom is on my bucket list. But I could see showing up there, doing a live investigation, and getting arrested. Now, I don't know. You guys walk around cemeteries at night. Here in the States, they have regulations about that. I mean, I guess you can get permission. Scott has been, he made a couple movies in addition to Bad Ben. He's been in a couple things. We're working on the Dracula situation. It's coming a little slower. That's not going to be out for Halloween unless some miracle happens. Hi, Gina. And that's what's going on. I'll probably pop back on later tonight. But we also have a haunted quarry to film at oh, God. But I'm going to pop on later today. Enjoy your Labor Day. Have a barbecue. Watch some fireworks. And I will talk to you soon. See you. Love you. Bye.